morning and good afternoon, scholars. Today's review is for week 4, day 4 in your Learning in Place packet. This is the third day in a row where we're just kind of reviewing and we're applying what we've learned about the needs of plants and answering questions based on what we've learned. So as you can see, my little props today, I've got some carrots. These are not real carrots. These are just an Easter decoration. And I also have some sunflowers, which we're going to talk about in a minute. So there's 3 questions for today, and you're going to use what you've learned so far about plant needs to answer these 3 questions. Again, if you don't have paper, if you don't have your packet, just follow along with the video. After the video, you can answer the questions with your family and just talk about what you've learned about plant needs and by answering these questions. These are just kind of thinking questions to see how you can use what you've learned so far. So question 1 says, a carrot root is thick and long. Why does this need space? So we've talked about the 5 things that plants need. Plants need one thing, and one thing is that they need space. So it says in the question, it talks about carrots. So carrots are actually a root. And these are pretty realistic. These look pretty much like the size of a real carrot. So these are pretty long and they're thick. Why do you think they need space when they're growing? Think about what we've talked about, what we've learned about so far. Why do they need space? What do you think might happen if they don't get the space that they need? Question 2 says, think about a sunflower plant. What happens to its stem and leaves as it grows? So here's a sunflower, and sunflowers actually grow in the direction of the sun. When we learned about light and when we learned about the sun, one of the things we learned is that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Remember when we went around the room, we went from the east side, we rose in the east, and then we walked and we set in the west. So sunflowers are pretty cool. They do the same thing when they grow. They move, they slowly move to the direction of the sun, which is pretty cool. So the question says, think about a sunflower plant. What happens to its stem and leaves as it grows? I kind of already answered that. But think about that. What would happen to its stem and its leaves as it grows? The answer is in the name. And then question 3, what do you think would happen to a plant that gets too big for its space? We've talked about this before. We've talked about this a few times actually. What do you think would happen to a plant that gets too big for its space? So I'm actually going to make that into 2 questions. What do you think would happen to the plant when it gets too big? And then what do you need to do to fix that? So there's kind of 2 questions in that. What would happen if it gets too big for its space? And then if you don't change it, if you don't fix it, what would happen? And what could you do to fix it? So again, with these questions for the week, if you could write them down, that would be great. If not, talk to your family, talk to a mom, dad, uncle, aunt, brother, sister, someone at home. Talk about the answers and ask them the questions too. I would love to see these answers on paper. Like I said, I know not everybody has like a journal or a notebook or something, but if you can write it down, snap a picture, send it to me. That would be awesome. I would love to see all your hard work. I miss you so much. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me on Class Dojo. If you have a question or if you just want to send a quick message, that'd be great. I would love to hear from you. I'm really, 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 really missing you guys, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.